Hi all, welcome back to episode 7 of Campton Racing TV. I've actually just found out that number 7 is Adam's lucky number, so hopefully he can steer us in the right direction for this week's runners. Unlike last week where we ran into a few seconds, starting off with Marley Doom running second at Ipswich.
Yeah, that was a crazy run race. I went 100 mile an hour. One of Van Dyke's was a big win, but an extra 50 metres or 30 metres, Marley would have picked him up. Huge run, great run. First up, she was still a bit tubby too, so she's come on so much since that run. She's pulled up good. Go to 1200 now. Try and find the right race for her, but she's got plenty of wins in store. I really like the way she kept chasing the line, and her sectionals were good.
Yeah, and little Lord Vader was also in that race. He had to do the hard work, basically leading the field up with that tearaway leader.
Yeah, definitely. I wouldn't be giving up on him. He had his first run for a long time, and he had to chase the tearaway leader and lead the pack up, which that's never any good to do. So I think that's, from his run, he's come on a lot. He's tightened up since that run, and the nice 1,000, 1,100, 1,200 around over the next couple of weeks. There's a few in mind, and he should be adding a W next to his name pretty soon.
And then on Saturday we went to Doomben with Charge On, who looked like winning most of the way, except for on the line, basically.
Yep, heartbroken. Capital H, capital B. That's him, but he's a hard horse to ride. Jimmy's first steer on him, he's a horse that if you get to the front, he just switches off too quickly. Probably looks like the other horse was finishing off quickly, but it's just Charge. He gets to the front and he thinks his job's done. We're going to tinker around with a little bit of gear for him. Still riding the same way. He's a talented horse. He's actually
got a really good turn of foot.
He's a very talented horse, and it's one way to ride him. I think he'll go to a mile now, and I think that'll be definitely his last run for the prep. I just want to give him a run at the mile. I think he'll suit the mile, and then if he does finish off strongly over the mile, there'll be plenty of races to pick and choose from next preparation. I think he's pretty smart, and I think he's going to win plenty more races up here. He just needs the right ride and the race to suit.
For sure. And then looking forward to this week's runners. We've got a few on Saturday actually. At Doomben we've got Saddles going up over the 2,040 metres.
Not something I'd normally do is take a maiden to a Saturday race, but not the strongest 3-year-old races. 2,040 metres, he's been crying out for that. He was another horse that looked home last start and he just got pipped on the post. Young Angela Jones, she's got me a couple of times, so I hope we can turn the tables on Saturday. She's a good young rider and she's riding brilliantly. Mark Duplessis goes on Saddles, 53, barrier 3, sort of riding the same way, sitting behind the speed, and I don't, last time he switched off, I just think it was due to immaturity, and he hasn't had many races. So, he's had the race experience now. He's rock hard fit. He's glowing. Well, he looked great this morning heading out, and I couldn't be happy with him. I think he'll run a big race, and I think he's a nice horse. He's always been a horse that I've always had a lot of time for, and if he goes and breaks his maiden tag on Saturday, there's a few nice races around the corner that we might be able to pick and choose from. But yeah, I'd love to get a winner for his owners.
And then Lighter Boom goes to the 1,275 handicap, which is basically a similar race to 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, just up in weight a bit, obviously. Benchmark down a little bit, but him and Charge are sort of the captain coach of the team at the moment. They just keep showing up and delivering. He went up massive odds yesterday. I couldn't believe it. Lighter Boom went up about 18 to 1. It's sort of coming now, and deservedly so. He's been racing so well. Looking outside, there's a few clouds around, and hopefully we get that bit of rain. If he gets a heavy track, look out. He'll draw the inside. He'll sit behind him, and his work on Tuesday was really, really good. I'm pretty confident in him. I think he'll run a big race.
And also on Saturday at Bow Desert, we've got Silver Warrior, another maidener, and he's stepping up to the 1,650.
Yeah, he's a funny horse. He's going so well, and a beautiful horse to do anything with. His work on Tuesday was really good. He's charging through the line. He's enjoying his life here in Australia at the moment. 1,650, probably the only query I have third up. A little bit of a gap between runs. I would have liked a 15, but there's just not really much around for him at the moment. But in saying that, he's a horse that's bred to get up over this trip. Cody Collis takes 2 off his back, barrier 4. He should run a big race. He's the best horse in that race. But if he'd had another run under his belt, I would have said he'd be very, very, very hard to beat. But in saying that, as I said, the class is there, and he's a nice horse. He's going to win plenty of races.
And then you've also got Nadija in the maiden plate over 1100, first starter.
But yeah, lovely little horse, tough as nails, feeling very well at the moment, full of himself, needs a race.
Although he's drawn barrier 13, so he may not.
But yeah, that doesn't
run
help.
from out there.
If the race falls away, we'll possibly run him. But also just want to keep an eye on this, whether it's he's first up making his debut. I don't want to give him a complete gut buster. So there might be another race for him next week, or I am looking at maybe trialling him again on Tuesday.
So out of them runners, who would be your best bet for the weekend?
Or the one on top, probably Light of Boom, just because he's so consistent, drawn well, good each way odds. But in saying that, I reckon Saddles and Silver Warrior, I think they're really good chances. Got a nice runners on the weekend. Hopefully we can finish it with a first instead of a second.
We were lucky enough to get down to Warwick Farm over the weekend to the English sales to have a look around there. There was obviously a lot of well-bred horses and some horses that went for some serious money. So it was definitely hard to get a horse. You've come away with one, which was good.
Yeah, one quality owner of ours, a very loyal owner, has got about eight, 9 horses with us. So we're really lucky, great, thankful for the support as well. Lucky to pick up another one through them, and looking forward to getting him up here and putting him through our system. But as you say, it was pretty strong sale. We bid on a few and got knocked out of the park, and one I thought I had, but Mr. Bob Peters bought it, so I don't know if I was going to beat him ever. But no, it was good sales, good quality, just some beautiful horses around, colts, fillies. They had it all down there, and you know what? Pat on the back to English. They do an incredible job. They're hard workers. They're very accommodating. They do everything they can, and it was a good sale. And I'd be shocked if there wasn't plenty of nice horses that come out of that sale. But it was good to get down to Sydney. I'm a Sydney boy, but geez, it's good to get back home to the Gold Coast. That sort of ends the sale season. Another big sale season doesn't stop, but obviously there's a few more sales coming up, and we are always interested and always looking, but obviously always looking at the moment too for some trial horses online, and if we do find one over the next month or two, or even another yearling, we'll definitely put online. We're always keen to syndicate and add new owners to our books. We love meeting new people, and it's always good to have support from here, there and everywhere. It's been good lately. We've picked up a few more horses, and the team's growing, but there's always room for more horses.
Thank you so much for watching another episode. Hope everyone has a great Easter weekend. Obviously there's lots of racing, so there'll be lots to look back on next week.
Yeah, hopefully the Easter Bunny delivers us some chalky eggs. I might be staying off them at the moment. But no, really looking forward to the Easter break. It's always a good time with the family, and I hope you all have a special time. Enjoy the racing coming up. Here, like obviously in Queensland, we've got some massive races starting to come up, and Sydney and Melbourne just continues to get better and better. So enjoy the time with your family and stay safe.